All right, you guys, welcome back to another YouTube Reformer workout. Today I have something really fun for you. I have a skier's strength workout for you. Now this workout is good for everybody and anybody. If you particularly love lower body and core stabilization and rotation work, then you're gonna love this workout. It's great if you're amping up for the ski season coming up. So I got this idea from a client on the platform. If you have not checked out my on-demand platform, Pilates by JessPFit, please do. This client brought this idea to my attention. I thought it was fabulous, and I am a skier. I don't ski every season, unfortunately. After the kids came, that didn't happen as frequently, but this workout will be great if you're preparing for that, because I know if you're anything like me, every time ski season would come, I was never quite ready, and I always felt it the day after. So this will get you prepared for that. So think lots of lower body today. Now don't think that the upper body is checking out. It's not. We're gonna use a 10-pound kettlebell today. So this is quite a strength-based workout. Endurance is also gonna be a piece of it because we're gonna hold some of these sequences. There's gonna be some pulsing. There's gonna be some endurance work in there, okay? Lots of rotation. When you are skiing, right, there's a lot of unilateral work, right? And there's a lot of times where you need to find balance, and that comes from the core. Okay, so we're gonna work on that today. We're gonna think about that cross-body connection, that diagonal sling. So rotation, core strength, unilateral work. You're also good at think about when you fall, right? When you fall down in the snow and those skis are on and those poles are everywhere, how do you get back up, right? So we're gonna work on all of that today. So think big range of motion. We're gonna squat nice and deep. We're gonna lunge, we're gonna curtsy. So you got a little bit of everything. The nice thing, this is the one of many to come because I had so many ideas, it was hard to narrow it down. So there will be more of these coming, don't you worry, if you enjoy it. Setup today. You are going to, I'm on a balanced body studio reformer. Any brand of reformer will work perfectly for this workout, okay? Your foot bar is gonna be up in its upright position. Now I have an infinity foot bar. It has the ability to go straight up and down, but I don't have it quite there today. It is that one click forward, which is the most normal position for most foot bars. Okay, so that one click forward, upright, it is lying over my springs is where it's kind of in line. Make sure that is locked and in place. We are gonna use it right away in the beginning. You're on 2 red and 1 blue spring. So that's 2 heavy and 1 light or medium spring. 3 springs is what you want on there. Okay, we're starting heavy. Shoulder blocks are on and tight. Headrest is down. You are not gonna use your straps at all today. So mine are hung up on their pegs, but we're not gonna use them at all, so don't worry about that. Your box, you're gonna need your reformer box. We're gonna be using it 90% of the time. You want it set up as a long box today, okay? So parallel to your carriage and right up against the frame. It's lined up with my carriage, okay? And then I have the only prop we're gonna be using today is a kettlebell. I have a 10-pound kettlebell with me today. Now, I've never used kettlebells with you before, so if you don't have a kettlebell, I understand, I didn't prepare you. However, a kettlebell is a beautiful thing to have in your arsenal. If you enjoy this workout, we will be doing more of them. I very much enjoy a kettlebell, okay? If you do not have a 10-pound kettlebell, you can use a lighter weight. You can use a dumbbell. You can use a 10-pound dumbbell. You can use an 8-pound dumbbell. You can use a 5-pound dumbbell. Okay, whatever works for you today, but a weight would be a really nice addition to this workout. It's just gonna add to that strength piece and that resistance. Okay, let's get going. Now, your kettlebell is waiting for you on your box. Okay, so just leave it there. Don't touch it right now. We are gonna climb over the box and onto the reformer. You are facing your foot bar and your toes are turned under against your shoulder blocks. We're gonna start with jackrabbit. So, lots of strength through the core and lower half on this one. That's why you're on your 2 heavy and 1 light spring. So 2 red, 1 blue. All right? Hands are coming to the foot bar, shoulder width apart. I want the heels of your hand connected to that foot bar. Fingers long. All right? My toes are turned under and my knees are hips width apart to match the shoulder blocks. reach your sitting bones back for your heels without moving the carriage. I just want you to find this pounce position, almost like you're ready to spring forward with power and control. Your ribs are in line with your hips. Draw your belly button up and between your ribs. On your inhale, you are going to open up your hips. So your knees are going to send this carriage back. Inhale. Open up the front of your hips, open up that seat crease. Nothing changed with my upper body. My upper body stays isometric. And then on my exhale, I'm going to feel the sitting bones broaden and get further apart as the carriage slowly comes into my bumper. Okay? It's a concentric opening of the seat crease, opening of the hips. So nice and quick and powerful. And on your exhale, it's an eccentric return of the carriage. Feel your sitting bones get broader, right? Feel that space. Inhale, open. Exhale, slowly bend. So notice how my back is staying nice and flat, right? I'm opening the front of my hips, but I'm keeping the alignment of the ribs and the pelvis. My elbows are soft. They are not locked out. I'm nice and strong through the upper body, right? I can feel my lats. I can feel my ribs. I can feel those transverse abdominal muscles really working hard. Last 3. Inhale, open. Exhale, return. Inhale, open. Exhale, return. Last 1. You're going to open and hold this one. Okay, now I want just tiny releases or tiny creases of the hip. So you're going to let those knees come back 1 inch and send it out 1 inch. Back 1 inch and out 1 inch. The dynamics, the bone rhythms are exactly the same. We're just not finding full range of motion this time. Okay, a little more time under tension. You're going to feel that upper body really check in. 4, 3, 2. You're going to hold it open one more time. Open the front of the hips. You're nice and long. Now, we're going to shoulder glide. So you're going to let your sternum come forward over the foot bar, okay? And the carriage kiss the bumper. And then you're going to do the same thing to leave. Shoulders leave the foot bar. Inhale forward. Exhale, take it back. So now it's a shoulder glide. My hips are staying open. Okay, we're working in this modified plank position, right? Good. Up and over the foot bar. 3. Bring it back nice and slow. Good. 2. Strong core, right? You feel that work it's got to give you right there to keep everything in alignment. Bring it back. Give me one more. One more right here. Take it out and bring it back. And sit back into your hips. Take your feet wider than your shoulder blocks. Relax your toes. Sit back into your hips. Your arms are hanging out over the foot bar, finding that nice child's pose. Good. Just breathe for 3. Good for 2. Good. Last 1. Come on up. All right, we're going to take off those 2 red springs. All right, so here we go. Take those guys off. Now you're going to take your foot bar all the way down and out of the way, because I want you to have a clear platform, okay? You're going to come to your box. So stepping to the right, onto your box. Grab your kettlebell, okay? Now, we're going to set up for a lunge. Your right foot is going to be on the box close to the frame, okay? And your left foot is going to come up against your shoulder block. Now, depending on your height, is going to be dependent on where your right foot is on the box. If you're nice and tall, those right toes are right up against the front edge of the box. Okay, please don't have them hanging off. I want your full foot connected on the box. But you want to be standing up on that leg. So I'm going to adjust myself a little bit. Standing up on that right leg. We're going to take a goblet hold with that kettlebell. So both hands are going to wrap around the handle, and we're going to keep it right at the chest. Same if you have a dumbbell. Goblet hold, okay? Now, nice and tall. You're going to find a lunge by allowing that right knee to bend. Your torso will naturally tip forward, okay? I want you to think about the right glute. You have a full foot connection on that box, okay? I want you to think about that right knee tracking with big toe, second toe, right? It's falling over the middle of your foot, not in front of your toes. And on your inhale, you rise back up, okay? Nice and simple to start. Exhale, find that lunge. Okay, ribs stay in alignment with my hips. I'm reaching my right hip back and my left hip forward. Inhale, rise up. Carriage comes home. Last two like this. We're going to add on. Okay, down. Inhale, rise up. Good. Last one like this. Reach back with that right sitting bone. Inhale, rise up. Now you're going to change your grip on the kettlebell. Your left hand is going to take the kettlebell, and that left arm is going to hang right under the shoulder. Your right hand is coming to your hip. Let's continue that lunge, but this time I want you to hold it when you find it. On your exhale, that right sitting bone reaches back, and we hold. All right? So I'm looking at the front edge of my box, right? I'm looking about a foot in front of my toes. That keeps the spine nice and long because the neck is a part of that, okay? My left arm is hanging with that kettlebell right under my shoulder, but my shoulders are square, okay? I'm gonna row my left elbow up towards my left hip. Extend the left arm and rise up out of your lunge. Whoo. Okay, let's do it again. Exhale, find that lunge, row that left arm and release, and come back up nice and slow. Two more like that before I add a little something else. Okay, I wasn't joking today. It's a little bit of endurance work. Good, with that row, I want you to think about taking that kettlebell up towards your hip, okay? Exhale, find that lunge, row, extend, and rise. Now we're gonna add on, okay? You're gonna find that lunge in that row, but you're gonna stay there because we're gonna add something else. Find your lunge, hold it. One row of that left arm. Release. Now stay there. Your left knee is going to do a carriage pull. So you're going to draw that left knee under the hip. The carriage will kiss the bumper. Extend your left leg and rise up. Ooh, do we feel that right glute? I don't know if it's from this or whatever else I did today, but here we go. 3 more. Find your lunge. Row that left arm. Release, carriage pull, left knee draws under the hip, that femur bone gets sucked up into the pelvis. Extend that left leg, full extension, and rise up. Last 2 like that. Find your lunge, row, release, exhale, carriage pull that left knee under the hip, extend, and rise. You have one more. One more. Okay, here we go. Find that lunge, hold it. Row that left arm, release it. Left knee carriage pull and extend. Now stay here, stay in your lunge, don't leave me. Just 6 rows of that left arm. It's a row and a release. 5 and release, no twisting. 4 and release. Good, breathe and release. Last 2. And release, last 1, and release, hold for me. You're gonna slowly rotate your left ribs towards your right inner thigh 4 times only. It's a lowering of the kettlebell towards the frame and back to a squared off position. 3 more of those. Rotate and square it off. 2 more. Rotate and square it off. Last one. Rotate and square it off, and now you can rise back up. Ooh, boy, take it to the box. Oh my, shake it out. Okay, we're staying on the box. Your kettlebell is gonna be in a goblet hold again, okay? Same with your weight, if you have a dumbbell instead. You are gonna come towards the front of your box, okay? And your feet are both on the box, hips width apart. All right. We are gonna do a curtsy and a hinge, okay? And we're gonna do that with this kettlebell. So we're gonna start with the left leg making the curtsy. So the left leg is gonna step back. You're gonna wanna step those left toes to the back right corner of your box, just so you know where you're going. All right, here we go. Left leg steps Past the midline, steps behind you, passing the midline. Find a bend of both knees. Rise all the way back up. Now, those left toes are going to become a little kickstand. You're going to lower the kettlebell. Okay, so it's long and low, and you're going to give me a hinge on that right leg. Your left toes are just a kickstand. Hinging, reaching your right sitting bone back. Back stays flat, collarbone is broad, hold. Now, I want to talk about a hinge for really quickly here before we move on. There is no rounding of the shoulders. Open up that collarbone like it's a coat hanger. Okay, reach your sitting bone straight back for the edge of the box. Your right knee is soft. Feel the length through the hamstring. Your left toes, you're on the ball of that foot, and they are lined up with your right heel. Okay? And then we rise up. That's what we're doing. Find that goblet hold. Curtsy, left leg crosses the midline, both knees bend. Check that right knee, make sure it's tracking with big toe, second toe. Rise up to that kickstand. Long and low with your kettlebell. Give me that single leg hinge with a kickstand. Yes, good. Feel that right glute. Oh boy. And then rise up, switch your grip on that kettlebell. Find your curtsy. Curtsy. Inhale, rise. Find your kickstand. Long and low with the weight. And find your hinge. Come back up. Switch your grip. 3 more. Curtsy, make sure those toes are on the box before you go to bend both knees. Okay, a little bit of balance, right? But balance is a part of skiing, right? I don't know how many times I've ended up on one leg. Good hinge. Come back up, switch your grip, find that curtsy. Curtsy. Whew, I'm so shaky after those lunges. I can feel it. Okay, long and low, find that hinge. So my right foot is heavy, right? My left toes are just a kickstand. I'm heavy through that right foot. Find your curtsy. Good, and rise, kickstand, and hinge. Find your setup before you go right into it, all right? Don't be afraid to take your time. Come back up. Now you're gonna find your curtsy and you're gonna hold it for me. Okay, so we're gonna cross those left toes, past the midline, find your curtsy and hold it. I want you to be heavier through your right foot than you are through your left toes. Okay, right here, I want you to find your right hamstring and glute, and you're gonna pulse from right there, 1 inch up and 1 inch down. 1 inch up and 1 inch down. 6, good. 5, your right heel is heavier than your right toes. 3, you're coming to your kickstand. Last 1, come up to your kickstand, long and low with that weight. Now you're gonna hinge, reaching that right sitting bone back. Right knee is soft, hold. Now, if you can take your left leg and reach it out and back over the box, it's a long line hinge. It's a balance right here. I just want you to hold. Point your left toes, square off your hips. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, put your left toes down and rise all the way back up. Guys, you did it. Nice job. All right, you're gonna love this one. Turn around on your box, facing the rear. You're gonna put your kettlebell down on the outside of your box, okay? You're gonna take your right leg forward into half lotus in front of you. We're gonna find pigeon, okay? So you're gonna find pigeon on your box. So my right knee is forward, inner thigh shining up. My left quad is facing down on the box. Now, obviously my shin and leg are gonna hang way off because the box is not long enough for this. That's okay. The left heel of your hand is coming to the front edge of the box. The right heel of your hand is coming to your shoulder block, okay? Now, I want you to sit into this pigeon, okay? You're reaching your right sitting bone for the box. That should feel amazing after what we just did. It's a nice glute stretch. Now, allow your chest to hinge over that right inner thigh and open your collarbone. Stay right there. Your back is flat, okay? I'm looking about 2 feet in front of my box. On your inhale, you're gonna press the carriage away. Exhale, bend it back slow. All right, so you're holding this stretch as we work on a little unilateral strength through the right arm. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, press the carriage out. Exhale, bring it in slow. 4 more. Press it out and bring it back. Press it out. Full extension of that right elbow and back. Last 2. Press it out and bring it back. Good. Next one. You're going to press it out and you're going to hold it there. Okay, so your right arm is long. Now you're going to bow your chest even more over that right inner thigh. So let that left elbow bend that's on the box, okay? Now on your inhale, your right arm will stay straight. And find a back extension, gently looking up towards the top of the wall. My right elbow is soft. The one on the shoulder block, okay? Now, you're gonna bow that chest forward, right arm still stays long, and find extension, inhale, straight up. I know you're on uneven surfaces with your hands, but I don't want you to think about your hands as so much support, all right? I want you to sit into that right hip, okay? Inhale, press away, hinge. Exhale, come back up. Good, last 3. Hinge, press the carriage out. Come back up, and you can even try that inhale. I think I like that inhale into the extension even more. Okay, last 2, exhale. Inhale, find that extension, this is it. Last 1, send it out. Inhale, find that extension up, stay right there for 4. I'm looking up towards the top of the wall for 3, for 2, and come on out of it. Oh, nice job. Okay, we are gonna come into a staggered kneel. So I want you to stay on the box, still rear facing. Your right foot is gonna come forward, your left knee is under your hip. Okay, so you're in a staggered kneeling position on the box. My left foot and ankle are hanging way off back there, okay? Now, we're gonna find that kettlebell, all right? We're only here for a short time. So I want you to hinge forward, keep the left knee under the hip, but hinge forward with your sternum, okay? Grab the weight and square off your shoulders, okay? Square to the box. Right hand is coming behind your head for airplane. Okay, now I just want that right arm there just because it's more challenging over the head. All right, if you need it on the hip or out in a T, you can absolutely do that. Okay, we're only gonna do some rotations here. So I'm gonna allow you to use the kettlebell to drag you into rotation. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna let that kettlebell travel outside the box, lowering towards the floor as you rotate towards the right. And come back to a squared off position. Heavy in your right foot. Your right knee is tracking with big toe, second toe. It's over the middle of the footbed. Let's do it again. Rotate to the right. Think about your ribs, right? We think about our rib basket when we rotate, and square it off. Balance is tricky here. Okay, rotate and square it off. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. My weight is just grazing the outside of the box. Last 2. Rotate and square it off. Keep that back nice and flat. Okay? Inhale, rotate and center and come all the way up out of it. Oh, okay, we're still staying on the box. Turn to face away from your reformer. Okay, keep your kettlebell. Your right leg is gonna be in half lotus in front of you. Your left leg is gonna be off the box in a turned out position, so inner thigh facing forward, and your left foot is flat. We're gonna find a goblet hold with that kettlebell again. All right, so you're sitting nice and tall on your right sitting bone. Even though this is not traditional mermaid, it's mimicking mermaid, so I'm gonna call it mermaid, okay? We are gonna overhead press this kettlebell. So on your inhale, and if you have a weight, you're holding it end to end. You're gonna inhale, press straight up overhead. Your biceps are gonna frame your ears. Bring it back down, and now you're gonna give me a twist, and you're gonna take that kettlebell towards your left hip and back up to center. Inhale, overhead press. Exhale, bring it down, twist, and center, okay? So you're thinking about your waistline. You're thinking about your rib basket on that twist, okay? That cross-body connection. Inhale, lifting up out of the waistline. Lifting the waistline out of the hips. Bring it down. Now, my right shoulder to my left hip. And center. Good. Inhale. Exhale. And twist. And center. Good. Press. 3 more. Bring it down. And twist. And center. So you're still in a great stretch through the lower half, right? But we're working on core strength and upper body. Last 2, press and lower and twist and center. 1 more, press and lower, twist and center, and bring that weight all the way down. These are short and sweet, not too many layers on these guys. We're gonna move the box now. So place your kettlebell on the floor. All right, grab your box. You are moving it up to short box on top of your carriage. So in front of your shoulder blocks is a must. Please do not put it over the shoulder blocks. We're gonna be pressing against it. It needs to be stable, okay? So right in the center, or centered, but right up against your shoulder blocks. Now take a look. Make sure you have equal amount of box hanging off on either side of the carriage. Make sure it's nice and stable and it's pressed up against the shoulder blocks. Now, before we climb up on this bad boy, I mentioned my on-demand platform in the beginning. I'm gonna mention it again. If you are not getting enough from me on YouTube, I drop a video about once a month at best. I know it's not a lot, right? It's not a lot. If you are not getting enough and you want more, I have an on-demand platform, Pilates by JessPFit.com. There is an on-demand library of over 400 workouts on both the mat and the reformer already. I add classes weekly. We add about 4 to 5 new classes every week. There are 2 live classes that happen every week. All members of the platform are welcome to attend. If they don't attend, it goes up on the platform anyhow and you do it when you're ready. But it is constantly being fed with new workouts, long format and short body burners as well. So there's a whole gamut on there. Check it out if you have a chance. If you're not getting enough here, I would love to meet you that way. It is a 7-day free trial, so you can try the platform at no cost to you. After the 7 days, it is $24.99 a month. So give it a check. All right, grab your kettlebell. We are getting back up onto this carriage. So you're still on 1 blue. Climb up onto your carriage. Be careful. It is moving. It moves, right? But we're not going to move it, so don't you worry. Now, you're standing in front of your box, okay? You're going to bring your heels up against the box, all right? So careful, because that's a lot of balance already. So I'm on the balls of my feet. My feet are slightly, or about hips width. We're about hips width apart with our legs, okay? And my heels are pressing up against the box. That's why I want your box nice and sturdy. You're gonna take that kettlebell and have a goblet hold again right at the chest. All right, now we're gonna work on some deep knee flexion right here because those knees are oh so important when you ski. So we are gonna keep the chest lifted as we reach our sitting bones for the box, finding a squat. I would love for you to try to tap that box. Your knees will be way out in front of your toes because of the position we're in, and then rise all the way back up, both legs fully extended, okay? So you're in releve. We're supported in our releve, right, because of the box, so that gives us a little more confidence. Inhale, rise up, okay? Now, as we squat, okay, I keep the chest up, but there's a natural tilt of the torso. Those are natural bone rhythms. Let them happen. Let them happen, all right? Your sitting bones are broadening as you lower into your squat. You're getting deep knee flexion, right? Inhale, sitting bones narrow, we rise back up. 2 more, just like this, we're gonna add on. Feel those quads, right? You're gonna feel the front line of the leg. So this is a quad dominant squat. You're working the front line of the body a little bit more in this position. Last 1. and press. Now right here, you're gonna give me an overhead press of your kettlebell. Inhale, biceps frame the ears, straight up. Bend the elbows, bring the weight back to the chest, find your squat. All right, so we're just adding that overhead press now. Inhale, rise up, and then press. Now the press does not happen simultaneously. I would like you, because I'm having you focus quite a lot on balance here, I'd like you to find stability before you press the weight overhead. Exhale, bring it down. Good, sitting bones broaden, belly button still draws up and back between my shoulder blades, and then I press. Sometimes it's hard to get all my words out clearly. Sometimes I'm really good at enunciating, and the other days it all kind of just slurs together and press. Good. Keep going. 4 more. Bend. Inhale, rise, and press. Last 3. Okay? You feel all 5 toes on each foot spread apart, right? You've got nice base of support on the balls of your feet. 2. Good, and you're equally connected under the base of your big toe to the base of your pinky toe. Fight for that, okay? Last 1. Maybe you have a tendency to roll out through the ankle, right? We're working on ankle strength here as well. Inhale, press. Now I'm gonna have you hold your squat, okay? 1 hold here. You're gonna come halfway down. Your weight is at your chest. Hold. You're gonna give me tiny little pulses. I want you to narrow in on those sitting bones. 1 inch up, and 1 inch down. Sitting bones narrow, sitting bones broaden. Up and down, up and down for 4. Feel the quads, that's okay. 3, we're working on strengthening them. 2, last 1. I would love for you to rise all the way back up and then bring your feet nice and flat. Whew, we did that. Okay, sit down. Oh boy, that's good. All right. You know what I didn't mention to you? Your foot strap. My apologies. If your foot strap is not already on your machine, please go grab it. My bad. You just quickly pause and come back. Foot strap. It's in the notes, so check your notes. Okay. You're going to bring your feet forward underneath your foot strap. Okay, so you're going to come forward on your box. I would love for your sitting bones to be about 2 inches away from the front edge of the box, 2 or 3 inches, okay? Your feet are nice and broad, or nice and wide, so that you're taut on your foot strap, okay? I've got the balls of my feet connected. Now, I'm gonna take that kettlebell right in that goblet hold again, sitting on the tips of my sitting bones. Roll your shoulders down your back. You're looking straight forward. We're gonna find a hinge, and we're gonna stay right there. So, feeling the tips of your sitting bones pierce that box. You're gonna find the dowel in your spine, running from the crown of the head out your tailbone, and you are gonna hinge on that dowel. Nothing changes. There's no flexion, there's no extension. We keep the spine nice and long as we find that little hinge, 2 to 3 inches back. Okay, collarbone is broad. We're gonna twist here. So, to the right, we take the kettlebell down to tap the box and bring it back up to your chest. To the left, tap and bring it back up. Now, if bringing the kettlebell down to tap the box is too much torque on your lumbar spine or your low back, you feel it there and it doesn't feel right, don't do that. Just twist and come back through center. If you can twist and lower the weight and then find the strength to lift the weight through center, do that, okay? To the right, tap and center. To the left and center. Now, what you want to think about here is that core is engaged, right? It's not allowing you to shorten that low back. You're keeping your ribs over your hips, in line with your hips, okay? So that we feel the rib basket make a nice, clean rotation. Okay, tap and center. To the right and tap and center. To the left and tap and center. 1 more each side. To the right and tap, center. To the left and tap and center. Hold right here. You are still in your hinge. Make sure that foot strap is nice and strong. You're gonna press this weight up and overhead. Exhale back to chest center. Inhale and exhale. Good. Press and lower. Nice and strong. Okay, feel that core, feel those transverse abdominals. 4, and bend those elbows. 3, and bend. Last 2, and bend. You've got one more. Press and bend, and come all the way back upright. And we are gonna move this box again. Let that foot strap go, let it hang inside your well, or take it off if you need to. You are stepping off to your left. Put the kettlebell on the floor. Your box is coming with you. Line your box up with your carriage. It's up against the frame, okay? We are gonna start with the box lunge. So we're gonna start from the top. Sometimes I reverse you through, but in this case, I wanted to work those butt cheeks the same. So we need to start with the lunge, okay? So you're gonna stand on your box facing your foot bar. Your left foot is gonna stay on the box close to the frame. Your right foot is gonna turn, the toes are gonna turn under, and your right foot is against the shoulder block. I want you to make sure that you are standing up nice and solid on that left leg. So you may need, depending on height, you may need to adjust the placement of your left foot. Okay, it's underneath your hip completely. The kettlebell, goblet hold right at the chest. All right, we got a lot of movement patterns today. On your exhale, you're gonna find that lunge. So letting the left knee bend, the right leg will send the carriage out. You're on one blue, so you have some resistance today, right? This is a strength workout. We are working with heavier weight. Left knee tracks with big toe, second toe. Your heel is heavier than your toes. Make sure that kneecap falls over the middle of your footbed, okay? Inhale, rise up. Now remember what I said about bone rhythms, right? With the reach of your left sitting bone, there's a natural tilt of your torso. Let it happen. It's gonna protect your low back. Inhale, rise up, full extension of your left leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, rise up. One more just like that before we add on. Find your lunge. Inhale, rise up. Now switch your grip of your kettlebell. It's coming into your right hand, long and low under the shoulder. Your left hand is coming to your hip. Okay, here we go. Let's find that lunge and hold it this time. Because we're adding time under tension work, you're gonna give me a row of your right elbow towards your right hip. Lengthen that right arm and come back up. Okay, so again, still lots of focus on that lunge and its alignment, right? Right elbow rose, feel your back, extend that right arm, and rise. Whoo! Now you control that carriage, right? On this one blue, I know you feel it push against you. I want you to control it. It does not control you. So that left foot on the box, if you feel like you're getting heavy through the toes, reset that. Okay, press down through the heel. Last one, and row, release, and rise up. Now we have one more thing to add. You remember that carriage pull? Here we go. Find your lunge, hold, give me that row, and that extend. Now right knee is gonna bend and drag under the hip. The right femur draws up into the pelvis. Extend that right leg and rise up. Okay, and I want you to do it just that slow. Find your lunge. You have 3 more. Hold it. Row, release, carriage, pull that right knee. Good. You're dragging that right knee under the hip with your psoas. It's not the carriage pushing the leg in. It is you controlling it, okay? Last 2. Find your lunge. Row, release, carriage pull, eccentric, nice and slow. Good. Extend. That's quicker, so that's concentric, and then we rise back up. Okay, one more just like that. Find that lunge. Woo! Row, release, carriage pull. Now you're not coming out of your lunge. Stay in your lunge for me, just that row. Elbow up and down. Good. 5 and down. Where's the weight in that left foot? 4. You can do this. 3, keep breathing. Please don't hold your breath. 2. Good. Last 1. Now keep that right arm extended 4 times. You're going to rotate, allowing the kettlebell to lower towards the frame and then square off your shoulders. Okay, 3 more, little bit of balance. Let your eyes follow your rotation and center. 2 more, rotate, let it burn. Just let it burn. You can do this. Last one, rotate and center and rise all the way back up. Oh my goodness, step to the box and give that left leg a little shake. Okay, we're gonna find that curtsy to hinge. So you're stepping towards the front of your box. Your feet are hips width apart. Now remember, the right leg is gonna be crossing to that back left corner. So just know where you're going, okay? So set yourself up for success there. Find that goblet hold on your kettlebell, okay? Or end to end with your weight. Right here, that right leg is gonna step back, crossing the midline. Make sure the ball of your foot is on your box before you bend both knees. Weight is in the front leg. Press up, find your kickstand. Right ball of foot lines up with your left heel, long and low with those arms. Send that left sitting bone back, your left knee is soft. Okay, come back up, switch your grip. Find that curtsy, curtsy. Good, press through that left foot, find your kickstand long and low with those arms, hinge. Good, really work on those bone rhythms. That left sitting bone goes straight back like a dart. Okay, rise up, switch your grip, curtsy. Exhale, inhale, press, find your kickstand long and low with your arms, hinge. The weight is in that left foot, your right toes are light. Bring it up, switch your grip. Curtsy. Good. Give yourself time to get this, okay? You still have 4 more after this hinge right here. All right, so give yourself that chance to really perfect this move. Curtsy. Good, and press through that left foot, long and low with your arms, hinge. Whoo! Inhale, rise up. 3 more. Curtsy, goblet hold. Check that left knee. If you have a question about where that left knee should be lining up, it is always with big toe, second toe. Okay, inhale, rise up, last 2. Curtsy and press. I always take a look at, if I feel like I'm starting to get out of alignment, you know, when things start to burn, you start to get tired, I take a moment, reset, take a look, right? Curtsy, last one like this. Press through that left foot, kickstand. Good, and hinge, and rise up. Now you're gonna find that curtsy and you're gonna hold it. So here we go. Step those right toes back, find your curtsy and hold it for me. Now, finding your left glute and hamstring, you're gonna pulse from right there. 1 inch up and 1 inch down. Your left heel is heavier than your left toes. Up and down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, we're coming to that kickstand. All right, press up, find your kickstand. Long and low with your arms, left knee is soft. Find your hinge and hold it. Now, if you are up for it, and only if you feel stable, your right leg is gonna travel up and back, finding balance. Right, point those right toes. It's a long line hinge. Your collarbone is wide. Your left knee is soft. It's an isometric hold. 6, 5, breathe. 4, 3, 2, and come all the way back up. Oh, we did that. Not too shabby. Let's pigeon. So turn around on your box. Come down to your knees. Place your goblet, your kettlebell on the outside of your box. This time, your left leg will come forward. Your left knee will come forward. Your right quad and knee will face down on the box. The right heel of your hand is on the top edge of the box. Your left heel of hand is on your shoulder block, okay? Find that, sit into that left hip, okay? Now, you're hinged forward already. You may find flexibility different on this side than it was on the other side. Maybe it's better, maybe it's worse. We're just gonna take note of that. On your inhale, you're gonna press that left arm out to full extension. The carriage will leave. Exhale, bend the elbow, let the carriage come back slowly. All right, so really what you're doing here is we're holding a stretch, right? We're static stretching, but I've got some choreography to just take your mind off of it a little bit, okay? Press, exhale, bend, okay? 3 more. Inhale, press. Your core is still engaged. You still have a long, flat back. Your collarbone is open. Your eyes are about a foot in front of your box, okay? Last one, you're gonna hold this one extended. Okay, now from here, we're gonna find that extension. So keeping the left arm long, we're gonna allow the weight of the carriage as it travels back to lift with our chest, to help lift our chest. Good, you're looking up towards the top of the wall. Exhale, bowing forward, sending the carriage back out long. Okay, inhale, let the sternum travel straight up towards the top of the wall. Slight back extension. If you feel a sharp pinching in your low back, don't go so far, okay? Maybe this is not for you today. Bow forward, listen to your body, right? Listen to your body. We're all different, we're all at different places. Inhale, exhale, bow forward. You have 3 more, 3 more. Inhale, and exhale. Good, last 2. Sternum travels up, collarbones wide, shoulders are down, away from my ears. Bow forward, you have your last and final one. Inhale, find that gentle back extension, hold it. Sit into that left hip. 4, 3, you're breathing. 2, and come all the way out of that, guys. Nice job. Find your staggered kneel. So right knee will stay under your hip, but your left foot will come forward. I would love for you to have your left foot fully connected to the box. Your right knee and ankle, or your right ankle and foot are way hanging off, okay? But your knee is on, it's underneath you. Okay, now your kettlebell is right down there waiting for you, so let's grab it. Okay, now we're gonna start in a hinged position. So I am bowing over my left thigh. My left knee is tracking with big toe, second toe, and my left hand is gonna go behind my head for airplane. All right, now this is where we work on that deeper rotation, okay, just like we did in that lunge, but now we're in a little bit more of a stable position. Okay, we're lower to the ground, less of a lever. So that weight, or that kettlebell, is gonna travel towards the floor as we rotate the right ribs towards the left inner thigh. And then back to center. And I'm just gonna get closer to the edge of my box so that kettlebell doesn't hit the box, okay? It's a rotation to the left towards the carriage. Okay, keep that knee tracking. And then square off your chest, okay? Let the weight of the kettlebell help your rotation, but keep the alignment of the ribs and the hips. Square it off. 3 more. Rotate. Exhale, square it off. Last 2. Rotate. Exhale, square it off. Last 1. Rotate. And square it off. And put the kettlebell on the box. Guys, we're gonna sit in Mermaid, okay? So I'm gonna be facing away from you this time, facing away from your carriage. Your left leg is half lotus in front of you, so it's hooked in front of you like a mermaid. Your right foot is on the floor, out off the box, inner thigh shining forward, so that right leg is in a turned out position. So a modified mermaid, right? Find the goblet hold on your kettlebell. On your inhale, you're gonna press that kettlebell up and overhead. Hold it for just a minute because I want you to feel that left sitting bone really piercing the box. All right, now bring the kettlebell back to your chest and you're gonna rotate to the right, bringing the kettlebell towards the right hip. Okay, back to center. Inhale, press, bend the elbows, and twist. Inhale. Exhale, center. It's an inhale, press, full extension. Exhale, bend. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, center. Good. Press, and down, and rotate. And back. 4 more. Press and down. Good. Rotate and center. 3 more. Press. Full extension of those elbows on every press. Those biceps really hug the ears. Last 2 and down. Rotate and center. Last 1. Press and down, rotate and center, and put that weight down. Whew. Short and sweet, short and sweet. Okay, we are on the last and final sequence. Can you believe it? I can't. Okay, no box. You're leaving your box where it is. Stay on your one blue. Please take your kettlebell with you. Step onto your box because we're going to climb onto the carriage now. Standing on a moving reformer is a very advanced movement, okay? So just please be careful. If you're not comfortable, you can always come to your knees, okay? Your left foot is coming to your platform, okay? Nice and stable. Your right foot is coming to your carriage, and I'd love for you to be about 1 inch away from the edge of the carriage, so you have lots of range of motion to move that thing, okay? All right, that should put you at a slightly wider than hips position. Okay, toes are pointing forward. Let's find that goblet hold on your kettlebell. Like I said, if you need to come to your knees, grab a squishy pad for that left knee, and you can do all of this on your knees, okay? All right, here we go. We're gonna find a squat, all right? So on your exhale, you're gonna squat. Now, if you're on your knees, you could find a hinge. You'd reach your sitting bones back. Squat and hold. All right, we are gonna skate right here. So it's going to be equal work on both sides of the body. You're going to start by extending your left leg. The platform leg is going to extend. You're going to stay in alignment on that right side. Full extension of that left knee. Come back nice and slow. Stay in your squat. Carriage to the bumper. Now my right leg extends. We keep alignment on the left. And bring it right back nice and slow. Good, keep going. Left leg extends. We alternate the extending leg. You are holding that squat. So remember what that is, right? It's a reach of those sitting bones, so they're nice and broad behind you. Okay, your belly button's drawn up and in, and you allow the tilt of your torso, which is the natural bone rhythm of a squat. Good, bring that left knee back to a bent position. Good, right leg extends. We bend it in slow. So we're skating. We're skating. Left leg extends. And bring it back. Good. Right leg extends. I'm hoping, there's so many movement patterns today. I'm hoping you see some of the similarities to skiing here, right? Obviously things are slowed down, right? But you'll find similar movement patterns. And it's a lot. Skiing is a full body workout. Everything is working nice and hard. Good. And now the right leg. One more each side, okay? And we're gonna hold. Okay, so left leg extends. Bring it back. Now obviously you have much longer legs than me probably, so your carriage is moving much bigger. And bring it back now. You're gonna extend that left leg and you're gonna hold it. Extend and hold. Okay, your right foot is heavy. You're gonna take this kettlebell and you're gonna give it to your left hand and you're gonna take that left arm underneath the shoulder. Your right hand comes into airplane right behind your head. Okay, remember those rotation releases we did where the kettlebell gets lower? That's exactly what we're gonna do right now. So staying in this lateral lunge, you are gonna lower the weight towards the springs. Your ribs will rotate to the right, towards the rear of the machine. You'll open up that right arm, come back to center, and row the kettlebell to the hip. Do it again. Rotate to the right, center, and row. Good. 2 more. Rotate, exhale, center, row that left elbow. Last one. You're isometric through the lower half. Good. You're keeping alignment of the ribs with the hips. Row and release. Now, come back to your squat. Carriage is closed. Bring that kettlebell back to a goblet hold. You're still in your squat. Extend your right leg. Oh, that feels good. Take the right arm, and that is going to have the kettlebell now long and low underneath that right shoulder. Left arm comes to airplane behind the head. Everything is the same, okay? We're gonna lower the weight towards the springs as we rotate the right ribs towards the left inner thigh. Square it off and row that kettlebell. Good, 3 more. Rotate and center, row, release. 2 more. Rotate, you're thinking about your ribs, rotating over your hips. right? We hold that nice stacked position even though we're tilted. Good. Rotate and center and row. Now, bring that right leg back in. Stay in your squat. Find that goblet hold. Okay, now you're going to rise all the way up. We're going to do one more thing. You're going to open your legs a little bit wider. So let the carriage glide out. Your toes are still pointed forward. We're just a little wider than we were before. You're going to allow that kettlebell to be long and low in front of the hips, okay? Now, soften your knees. You're going to find a hinge right here. So, bowing with the sternum, creasing at the hips. You're sending your sitting bones back towards the box, but your chest is open and your back is flat, right? That's why your knees need to be soft. Hold. Feel that hinge. Inhale, rise up. Okay, soften the knees. Do it again. Crease at the seat crease. Collarbone wide. Good. Ribs in alignment with the spine. Relax your toes. And rise. Try not to move the carriage, right? It's open. It's open, so we're holding the carriage open, and that is a challenge to not let it move. Hold this hinge. We're going to add on. Both elbows are going to bend, pulling the kettlebell towards our sternum. Lower and rise up. Let's do it again. Hinge, knees soft, carriage steady. Hold and row. Release. Rise up. 4 more. Hinge, soften those knees. Good. Excellent. So the beautiful thing here, I love hinges. I absolutely love them. Okay, in other modalities, they're called a deadlift, right? Part of what I like to teach when I teach a hinge is lateral tension, pressing outbound into the lateral line of your leg. Okay, here, you're naturally doing it because you're holding the carriage open, so that is what's so lovely. That is what is so lovely. 2 more. Hinge. Good. Knees soft, carriage steady, holding that lateral tension. Row. Release. And rise up. Last one, and then I'm going to ask you to hold a squat, and that squat's going to be isometric, and that is how we are ending class today. One last row. Release. Rise up. Bring that kettlebell back to that goblet hold. Bring your carriage all the way back home, and you're going to sit into a squat. And I want you to just hold right here. I would love for your hips to be parallel or in line with your knees. Okay, so your thighs are parallel to the floor. All right, you're holding right here for 8. For 7, draw that belly button up and back. For 6, 5, relax your toes. 4, 3, 2, and rise all the way back up. Guys, beautiful job. Come down to your knees nice and carefully with that kettlebell. Place that kettlebell on the floor. We are going to just do a tiny little stretch, okay? I want you to go ahead and sit on your carriage facing forward. You're going to lie on your back. If you have better alignment through your spine with the headrest up, please put it there now. It'll just be more comfortable. All right, I would love for you to be nice and long through the back of the neck. All right, your knees are bent, your feet are on your platform. Take your right ankle over your left thigh. All right, and now you're going to lace your hands behind that left thigh and pull it in towards your chest. Okay, figure 4 stretch. Your right elbow is opening up that right inner thigh. Okay, just hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Good. Now to get a little deeper into this stretch, because this is the only stretch we're going to do right now. You can absolutely go find another stretch class on the platform from me to get a little more, right? But this is how we're going to end. You're going to take that left leg, and you're going to reach it up towards the sky. Okay, now flex that left foot nice and strong. You're going to slowly bring that left heel back towards your butt, but it's going to be slow. And as you do that, like you're going through a jar of peanut butter, as you do that, I want you to feel the right ankle get just millimeters closer to your chest, right? Feel that deepens that right glute stretch for 4. Hold it there for 3, for 2, and release both feet back to the platform. Let's do the same on the other side. Left ankle on top of your right thigh. You're going to lace your hands behind that right thigh, pull it in towards your chest. Left elbow will open up that left inner thigh. Okay, now to get a little deeper, take that right leg up towards the sky, flex your right foot, and slowly bring that right heel back down towards your butt. You might get a little shaking as you do it, right? We're working all that fascia, all that connective tissue, which needs to work. One of the only modalities that does that. Good, does it well anyway. Hold right there. Hold that deeper stretch for 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to end in happy baby. 2. Release both feet back to the platform. Go ahead and grab the instep of both feet with your hands. Let your knees open up wider than your shoulders. Your feet are facing the ceiling. Hold that stretch right there, happy baby. You can rock slightly side to side. Just be careful. Rock a little bit, massage that low back. You're here for 4. Breathe for 3. Let that feel good for 2. There's a reason they call it happy baby. Last 1. Bring your knees all the way into the chest. Give yourself one last hug. And guys, well done. Well done. Like I said, there is a lot more from me on my platform, pilatesbyjesspfit.com. Check it out. At the top of the website, you'll see on-demand library. You click right there. All the information is there for you, okay? Over 400 workouts. So if you're looking for more from me, that is where you will find it, okay? And also, it gives me a chance to connect with you personally. I've talked to pretty much everybody on the platform, so I just love that aspect. So if you need me and you want more guidance and you want to deepen your Pilates journey, that is the way to do it. All right, you guys, I'll see you really soon.